concrete in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the Rinker Pipecast with your hosts, Steve Nilfortion.
This might just get as f***ed up as a pile of coat hangers. Oh, y'all are not ready for this.
And Stu Waller.
Storm drain is a meal best served rigid. Yeah, put this in your pipe and smoke it.
Welcome to the Rinker Pipecast.
Guys, you're live.
Oh yeah. Oh, Steve. Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Woo. What happened?
That Jose Cuervo was too much last night for me.
Is that it?
Woo, what time is it?
I feel good.
I do too.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. There it is, another track. Welcome to the Rinker Podcast. I'm
Welcome.
Steve Nilfortion, your host.
I'm your co-host Stu Waller.
We are live from the World of Concrete in Las Vegas, Nevada. Final day of the World of Concrete Conference.
Final day.
It's been a huge conference, 30,000 people in attendance. Exhibitors everywhere. You're seeing all the tourism coming back. I'm loving it. What do you think about the conference, Stu?
I didn't know what to expect. We talked earlier. 30,000 is not their normal crowd, but I mean that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
You know, thank you so much to the city of Las Vegas for hosting this and bringing conferences back. Everybody's excited. Vegas is open, everybody. Come visit. All the strips are open. All the strips. Of course, the strip's open. The hotels are open. The clubs are open. The pools are open.
Pools are open.
Pools are open. You know, the Virgin Hotel is doing a big launch party all weekend. You know,
Oh, yeah?
Lots of stuff going on. The former Hard Rock. They did a good job with that. The Resorts World Casino is opening up. But you know what? There's a lot more to Las Vegas than just the strip. Everybody's like, oh, I don't feel like the strip.
That's not. There's more.
No, there's way more.
Oh.
You have Red Rock Canyon out west. You have
Yeah.
the Valley of Fire. You have Lake Las Vegas. You know, personally, I love Red Rock. You know, funny story, like being my fiance, we love to go hiking everywhere. So we have a bad habit of doing this. Last time we went to Red Rock, you have the path that everybody goes on, right?
Right.
Then you have the really cool looking path. So let's go this way. Okay, so here we are, and I'm somewhat injured right now. I have a herniated disc. Okay, but as long as I'm up and moving
L5.
around, L5. There you go. As long as I'm up moving around, I'm okay. So we take this crazy path, right? We get to the top of Red Rock. Oh, there's the city. This is beautiful, right? We look around. How do we get down?
Ouch.
It took 2 hours to get down, man. Climbing back, wedging
Oh.
up in it. But it's a great time. It's a great time.
Yeah.
So like I said, Vegas is open. People come to Vegas. So much going on. Arizona. Stu's from Arizona. Lots to do in Arizona. I've been to Sedona.
Oh, yeah.
Sedona's amazing.
Oh, we love Sedona. There's so much to do there.
What else is going on out there?
Oh, really same thing. Grand Canyon's wide open. Everything's open. We've been open for a little while.
Outdoors.
Oh yeah, outdoors.
Yep.
Hiking. We hike a lot ourselves.
Yep.
There's Phoenix is surrounded by city open space parks and things. The hikers really never stopped a whole lot.
That's awesome.
We're wide open.
That's awesome.
It's,
And even more to do in Vegas. So there's a lot of pro sports now in Las Vegas. As
Right.
you know, the Raiders are here now. We have the big Allegiant Stadium. So if you're a sports fan, you got the Raiders. They have a pro soccer team. And there's talk that the A's might be coming here now.
Hadn't heard
Oakland
that
A's.
one.
Yeah, the Bay Area
Really?
cannot. Well, the East Bay can't hold a team. People just
That's-
everybody's
I was
leaving
gonna say,
California. I
yeah.
tell you what. And then there's big events coming. There's going to be the Guns N' Roses is going to be the first concert at Allegiant Stadium.
Okay.
Yep, and I think his son Eddie Van Halen's son is going to be opening up.
Wolfgang.
The Wolfgang.
Okay.
That'll be a great one to come check out. So definitely,
Live music back.
Vegas is open. Want to also thank Quick Creep, our parent company. They own Rinker, for having us, letting us use their compound, if you will, at the World of Concrete. It is huge. You can't miss it. They literally have a miniature city at the World of Concrete. They've been doing great demos. Special thanks to Frank Owens, Allison, Mark Oliver did our voiceover for the intro.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did
yes,
a great job.
Yes,
but
he
you
did.
know what? He just can't get my last name right.
I was going to say, how did he deal
my
with that
last
name?
name, he kept, I get take after
It's a
take.
challenge.
Nilfortion. I said Nilfortion. I'm like, dude, it's like Wheel of Fortune.
Hey.
Oh, there he is.
You heard my name.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Why can't you get my last name right?
Well, here's the thing.
Get a little closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry.
Podcast
The
folks.
first 4 times I flubbed your name, I was cursing me.
Yes.
The remaining 78 times I was cursing you
Oh.
for having such a name, Steve.
Ho.
Why couldn't it be a little simpler?
Like what? Like Smith,
Yes.
Jones,
Waller? Oliver.
How about Nilfersson?
See, that's not Nilfersson.
Nilforsen.
Nilfersson sounds Swedish.
It sounds like a Swedish
Do I
province.
look Swedish?
You do not. You look the opposite of Swedish.
There you go. Asian?
Something?
Something like that.
Something.
There you
You're
go.
Something,
You're a
definitely.
cornucopia of several
I am a
things.
cornucopia.
Good answer.
Yes.
Good answer, Mark.
Yes.
How's the podcast been going for you guys?
It's been going great.
Really
great.
has.
Good.
Thank you again for the voiceover.
Really
you're
appreciate
quite
it.
welcome. I'm honored to be involved. You guys have done a great job.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks
Yeah.
for the voiceover.
You're welcome. And
Yep.
we're going to see you guys again in the next World
Oh,
Concrete.
you will be seeing us, a lot more of us.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks for reaching out to me, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
too.
you.
All right. Good luck with the rest of the cast.
Thank you.
Mark Oliver.
Surprised he didn't say Nilfersson.
On the way out is
Mark
exiting.
Aliver.
Oh, there you go.
Aliver.
There you go.
Thank you, Mark Aliver.
Where's that laugh track when you need it?
All right, where is that laugh track? I
Oh.
lost it. I got an applause
Yeah,
track.
That's close enough. Close enough.
I lost it. Doesn't
Okay.
work.
Well,
Also, special thanks. We met one of the Winchester brothers last night at the,
Yes, we did.
the event.
Sure did.
He was great. Very, very nice.
one of the Quick Read owners.
He spoke highly of Rinker and highly of Quick Creek as well. We had a great time with him. The event was second to none. They had a little nice event at
Absolutely.
Treasure Island. So looking forward to
A lot of fun.
to more of those events. Stu, what's going on news-wise in the engineering world?
Well, what do we have? Took a look this morning, a couple of things. I'm going to start out really kind of an inspiring story. ASCE President Jean-Louis, if I'm saying that right, Briard, actually gifted the ASCE Foundation
Wow.
$1 million
In Bitcoin.
Not okay. We're not going to Bitcoin.
Dogecoin?
No, this is
No
hardcore
crypto?
money.
AMC?
Okay,
Okay,
moving
sorry.
on. Yes, okay. But anyway, to fund student activities, I mean, for generations. So
Right.
I mean, that's his own money, and he's the AC president. So, I mean, I wanted to start off with that. That's a very inspiring story. $1 million
That's a lot of
to
money.
the AST
not
Foundation
cheap.
for students.
Right,
Now,
right.
So that shows you commitment to
Very inspiring.
engineering education.
Yep.
What else do we have? Oh, the quick blurb. I mean, we're always interested in infrastructure funding news. For those of you who haven't kept up on that, the national infrastructure budget debates are ongoing. Recently, the Democrats, I think it was last Friday, introduced a $547 billion.
With a
Again,
B.
with a B,
With a B.
billion.
We're getting up there.
Getting up there, $1 billion 5-year reauthorization act. They call it INVEST, which, what does that mean? Investing in a new vision for the environment and surface transportation.
Very important.
But so essentially, the debate there is over: do we fund more transit or less transit? More transit at the cost of less bridge and road projects. So there's it's not a new debate, but that's what they're
Do
battling
you
right
find
now.
transit it's regionally specific from a standpoint of certain regions of the U.S. really adopt it well and love it, whereas certain areas they really don't.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
find like out west, like cities like Las Vegas, California, you see people really embrace it. Where you go back south, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida.
Yes, yeah.
They're really not. There's not a lot of mass transit like tramways or anything like that.
Right.
People they don't like riding the bus.
They're
much,
just not- they're
much
not
less an
invested, yeah.
Uber. They're like, I want my own car.
Right.
I want to go when I want to go.
Sounds like
it's-
Louisiana, Steve.
Sounds a lot like Louisiana.
You from there?
I'm from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yep. Go Tigers.
But, that's the latest on that. What else do we have? One more possible thing here. You've been talking about your sticker shop when you moved out to California.
Home prices are crazy.
Home prices are indeed
They're
crazy.
getting beyond crazy.
Beyond.
I want to
well,
know where the ceiling is.
Well, the word crazy, that's the right word. They're so crazy. A few fun facts, Steve.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. Here
Let's
we
go.
go. Half the houses listed nationwide went pending in less than a week in April.
Wow.
So crazy, Steve, that most bidders admitted to bidding on homes they'd never seen in person.
That blows
Never
my
seen.
mind. That blows my mind.
Half. That's a big number. And finally, to cut it off, so crazy that a Bethesda, Maryland resident included in her written offer to pledge her name, pledge to name her firstborn child after, you guessed it, the seller. Wow.
That's something else.
To follow that up, she didn't get the home.
Good God. Was it like a
what do you
bidding?
have to do?
She tried to bid on it and didn't get it.
And said she would name her firstborn child in the written documents.
It's funny you
What do
mentioned.
you need to do?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned these homes being bought sight unseen. So when I first moved to California, and it's still happening, I would see these developments start under construction, right? Just the
Right.
site work. Foundations are not even poured.
Okay.
Big sign goes up. To left. Who just bought 35 homes over $1 million sight unseen? I'm like, I didn't get the memo.
Well, that's more than half in my numbers here.
That's amazing. And I mentioned earlier, cities like Reno Sparks. Reno Sparks up in northern Nevada, beautiful area. Home prices over there used to be, you can get something decent for about $200,000. I saw in the news yesterday, the average median price in Reno Sparks, okay?
Reno Sparks.
Reno Sparks, not 400, not 500.
Wait for it.
$600,000 in Reno Sparks. The numbers are starting to match Vegas. I mean, it's crazy. But what I will say, in Vegas, out in Lake Las Vegas, they're really trying to grow the residential community out there.
Okay.
And there are some good developments out there that I was amazed. I went and saw an open house. I'm like, okay, this is about $500,000.
Yeah.
Saw the flyer, 300,000. I was like, wow, really?
Okay.
And I mean, it is kind of out the way, which is probably why. But still, it's a beautiful area out there.
Yeah.
So I mean, the real estate boom, even back where I'm from, Louisiana. There's some houses in Louisiana going for like $800-900 million. I'm like, really? Here? It's amazing.
Is that in the bayou?
That's in the bayou. Well, Mark Oliver's, I think, no, not Happy.
Happy.
Happy's in the bayou. Yeah, he would know about those home prices. Where's Happy? Yeah,
Where's that guy?
No, he's in the swamp.
Yeah, he told me, how many, in this one, he grew up, how many miles south of New Orleans?
Down around, it was south, 90 minutes south of, or 60 minutes south of New Orleans.
If somebody would have said they lived down there, I would have said, you live in the ocean.
Happy had a P-road.
boat.
In a P-road. It's not a boat. P-road.
But it's not a boat.
It's not a boat. It's a P-road. Get it right.
A P-road.
There's a difference between a P-road and a boat.
Okay.
Okay.
Good lesson.
Great lesson. Great lesson.
So there's our real estate update.
There is our real estate $1 million listings, Rinker edition, Las Vegas. Anything else in engineering news that's worth mentioning?
That's all I had now. I keep going back to it. I'll just throw it out there one more time that we heard recently. It's probably not news here, maybe to Las Vegas residents. The level of Lake Mead, major reservoir, down to the level it was before the dam was built.
That's a long time ago.
As the dam was built, I should say. It wouldn't be any level at that point.
Right.
But yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how many years ago that was.
They're starting to restrict water usage now in Las Vegas, I believe. Clark County, I think.
That's good.
You're limited on how much water you can use for your lawns of the sort. So, I mean, it's really...
Conservation's taking a whole new level.
When you fly, it used to be to the point when you go to Lake Mead, you could see the water deficit. But now when you fly in, if you fly over Lake Mead and Hoover Dam, you can see the color and the deficit. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Considering the importance of Hoover Dam, it powers Las Vegas.
Absolutely.
It powers, California.
Right, yeah.
Area 51. Speaking of Area 51, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
You have a news update for UFO?
I wish I did have a news update for Area 51.
You
know what I do? I have a conspiracy theory. Allegiant Stadium is a big UFO. Have you seen it?
You know what?
It looks like the Death Star.
It's a little frightening.
That thing.
It makes me uneasy.
Give it a year. That thing
makes me uneasy.
It's gonna leave the ground.
Okay.
It's a good cover though.
Heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Yes. They take Dogecoin too.
Okay.
I think Bezos,
Back to the
I think Bezos has part of that on his little spaceship mission.
Okay. I mean,
good.
that.
I heard Bezos is selling a seat. He's going to take his rocket into space in a couple weeks, and he's selling a seat on it. Would you buy that seat? Considering it's like they've been testing it, but this is the first. He's going to ride in it, but would you ride in it?
I would.
You would?
I would.
For the hefty cost?
Of what?
It's a couple million for that seat. It's a window seat.
Okay, that changes things.
It does.
Anybody in the middle?
I think Bezos. You're between Bezos and his brother.
I'll think about that.
Yep. Cool. Amazon Prime gets a discount. Well, we have a great show for you today. We have the city engineer for the city of Henderson. He's going to talk about all the developments going on in Henderson's growing. There's a boom going on in Henderson.
Yeah.
Okay, over the last 10 years, Henderson has grown a lot as residential developments. If you drive on the 215 and you look up the hills around Green Valley area, you can see they just keep building up, and I'm waiting for it to go over the mountain.
Up and over.
Yep, and there's a new the NDOT has a big highway project, the 215, the ramp over. That's in Henderson. You know, Rinker has our plant is in Henderson as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna have Mr. Davey come right up, city engineer for City of Henderson, and he's gonna
All right.
He's gonna tell us all kind of good stuff. Welcome.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're
Thanks for
glad to
being
have
here.
you. How's
Great.
everything going?
Well, we're doing great in Henderson.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're busy, and sports are a big part of our busyness.
Sports.
right
The
now.
Raiders have a training stadium over there, or the training facility.
Raiders have a training facility. The Silver Knights, the Henderson Silver Knights, have
Right.
a practice arena. We're
Okay.
building their arena, which they'll be playing at regularly.
Right.
Okay.
And they're going to have indoor league football there.
Wow.
Also. So
Oh, there is
That's
a lot
amazing.
going on.
a lot of exciting things
Sports.
in Henderson. Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing. So, finally we're out of pandemic, so to speak. And, all the people they're so glad to get out, so glad to unmask, so on and so forth. So how did pandemic days impact you both personally, as well as how did it impact work in city of Henderson from a standpoint of infrastructure projects, highway development, private development, things of the sort?
Well, in March of last year, when the shutdown occurred, all the employees in Henderson were sent home. Unfortunately, the construction was deemed critical infrastructure, critical to continue working in that industry. So
Right.
our IT department was able to issue over 1,000 VPN licenses
Right.
to allow
Okay.
everybody to work at home almost immediately.
Oh, that's
So anybody
that's
that was
quick.
able to work from home, it was really quick. It was remarkably quick. So we all went home. We got used to the working from home pretty readily, and we were in that state up until June 1st of this year. So
Wow.
And when we returned, it was in our DSC where all the private development work goes through.
Correct.
Okay.
We were able to transition to an electronic review process.
Okay.
Really the first one in the valley, and we pretty much eliminated paper, and we're still operating in that same format. So we transitioned from paper submittals for plan reviews to completely electronic.
You're going to stick with that then.
We're going to stick with that.
Okay.
That's a positive.
It was something we were working on. The pandemic forced us to really dial it in and get it going a lot quicker. So those were some of the
Okay.
positive things that came from that. We, as a capital improvement group,
Okay.
project delivery, we put 19 capital improvement projects
Wow.
on the street during the pandemic.
During the pandemic.
During the pandemic.
That's amazing.
There was a value of about $38 million.
Wow.
We have active capital projects right now. We have in review, we have 53 capital projects in review. We have 30 capital projects in construction. In our private land development sector, our business, our DSC, our Development Services Center, we have 128 private projects in review and 367 private construction projects in construction.
That's a lot.
Quick
That-
question. What's the population? Did you mention of Henderson?
Henderson?
Yeah.
We're about 3.25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious. That's a lot of. I was wondering, trying to correlate those projects to the population.
The growth in Henderson, I'm always amazed.
Something tells me that
Oh, yeah.
number's going up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's there's no end in sight.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
looking for adjacent land.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I mentioned, I like driving all that land up around the Green Valley area, going up in the mountain. I mean, it's going and going. I see them clearing more rock and area out. It's phenomenal.
Yep. We have, I think, I can't remember. It's the owner of the Raiders. I think he bought a lot up the top of the hill. There.
Oh, he did?
Wow.
Yeah, it's Sky.
He had to get the one on the top.
Yep.
Had to get the view.
Those Raiders.
So,
Yeah.
what are some current infrastructure developments going on in Henderson right now?
Well, we have, like I said, we had 30 capital projects in construction.
Okay.
Some of them, we're building a pedestrian bridge at Pecos and I-215.
Okay.
We have a 5-mile pedestrian trail that we're building through the core of Green Valley that was funded by the Southern Nevada Public Lands Management Act. It's SNPLMA. It's proceeds from public land sales that are infused back into the community
Right.
for projects like this.
Right.
That project, believe it or not, was in design for 14 years.
14 years in design.
In design, we were dealing
It's
with
got to be some record.
the Union Pacific Railroad.
Okay.
Help us set
Nice.
that record.
Nice. Wow.
We
Help
also-
you said it.
We also had a Supreme Court ruling as part of that project, because we were in the process of buying some easements from the Union Pacific Railroad. The BLM wasn't 100% sure about what rights were being transferred, and we actually had to go to a Supreme Court ruling
Wow.
to allow that project to
Right.
move forward. But it's under construction, and we should be done with it within the next 3-4 months. So
Okay.
we have The Nevada State College, we're
Right.
building some infrastructure out there. A roundabout, that project starting this summer. We're doing several fuel revenue indexing funded projects. It's the Nevada State College roundabout, Stephanie Street rehabilitation, Paseo Verde, Coronado Center, Pecos Ridge Parkway. Those are just some of the funded projects that
Right.
are currently under construction.
Right. So you guys are seeing a good benefit from the fuel indexing that Clark County has. And we were talking to Jimmy Floyd about that as well as Jason. That fuel indexing initiative has really helped fund a lot of projects, create a lot of jobs. It's done a lot of good for Clark County. Would you say?
It's been huge.
Impacted Henderson in a big way too.
Oh, it impacted our rehabilitation project and our roadway budgets beyond measure. I mean, it was passed by the voters in 2016.
Correct.
Without it, we'd have been,
we'd have been singing a different tune right now.
We'd have been delaying a lot of needed repairs and things that we just didn't have the funding
Right.
for. So
Yeah.
with that, it was a huge success. We have the city of Henderson. We have a 10-year plan right now that we have $252 million programmed for roadway rehabilitation, new road construction in Henderson over the next 10 years. Right now, we have 17 of those projects are in design. They're typically rehabilitation projects where we're replacing pavement, bringing
Pavement pres.
ramps up to ADA compliant, looking at complete street elements like pedestrian transit, bicycles, intersection evaluation, road diets, anything that's multimodal for all the users that are on the roads in Henderson. So
Right.
it's an opportunity to kind of revisit each one of those roads and bring it up to current standards.
Got it.
And adjust it to maybe some of the traffic forecasts that didn't happen.
Right.
So,
Right. Correct.
Oh, gotcha.
Correct.
So we're getting rid of some pavement.
Right. Well, being here, we're at the World of Concrete conference, so it's everything concrete. With that being said, what are some of your perspectives on concrete infrastructure in Henderson?
Being a civil engineer, I love concrete.
That's
right?
great. Yeah.
So,
Thank you. Meaning all civil engineers like concrete. Is that
well, I was speaking for
fair?
myself.
Okay. Just I wanted to.
I'll
Okay.
let the rest of the engineers decide for
Yeah.
themselves.
Okay.
but
Yeah.
We love it. It's
Yes.
durable, long lasting, low maintenance. It's a proven building material that's been around for ages.
Exactly.
We have miles and miles of flood control, open channel.
Right. Correct.
In Henderson, made of concrete, box culverts, both
Yep.
cast in place, precast,
Correct.
reinforced concrete culvert
Yep.
pipes, storm drain inlets, precast, cast in place manholes, precast, you name it.
And
It's-
like you mentioned, all that have been lasting and operating very, very promising, over their lifespan, and their lifespan is far from over, so to speak.
yeah, very low maintenance.
Yes,
I was
very,
gonna
very
say,
low waste.
yeah.
We love it. I would like to see, some innovation with pavement design,
Yeah.
concrete
Yeah.
pavement design. It's
In a different life, that's what I did to try to promote that, advocate.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate because it's durable, right?
Right.
It's durable,
Yeah.
And we don't have to get in and make repairs as often as we do with some of the flexible pavements.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Correct. That's true. That's true. Now, when we've been talking a lot about resilient and sustainable infrastructure. I mean, these days you hear resiliency, sustainability. It's everywhere. Not only in our industry, but just in everything around
Right.
the world. It's a huge initiative. So, what are your thoughts on resilient and sustainable infrastructure as it relates to concrete and development and moving forward?
Well, again, to continue to use it in our flood control projects because of those qualities,
Right.
right? We build it once and it lasts for years
Right.
before it needs any maintenance. Again, I'd like to see some innovation, in the pavement world
Okay.
for urban areas where we can be advocates and use and specifying that type material in our
Right.
roadway projects. So
Right.
Sure.
again, big supporter of concrete.
Mhm.
It's sustainability. There's permeable concrete.
Right.
There's all kinds of. We dabbled in that a bit. So
Okay.
I'm always a fan of innovation and what's around the next corner. And
Right.
I think concrete's here to stay. for
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, sustainability, you hear it in every industry, not just engineering, everything, even the food industry,
Absolutely.
automotive. I mean, it's everywhere. The green initiative is everywhere.
I just, I have a question for you. I don't
Yeah.
know, is concrete prices, are they under stress during this kind of supply chain?
It's a good question.
Stu, you want to take that?
Well, yeah, like everything else, they are under pressure. Steel is kind of a challenge for us. We have our reinforcing in our materials. It's a challenge, but sure, maybe not as much as some of the other products that we hear about. Matter of fact, good segue. We've asked other guests the same question, but how are you guys dealing with those types of things, including other material shortages in planning or scheduling and all that?
Well,
that type of thing?
we're going to learn with all the bids we're putting out on the street, right? We
Right.
have a large project bidding right now. It's a couple of miles of Via Nobila. It's in the heart of West Henderson, and it has concrete box culverts. It has pipelines. It has pavement, a lot of earthwork, utility infrastructure.
A lot of water.
So we're going to see how dramatically it impacts. We
Okay.
have our engineers' estimates. It's really going to come in the form of bids. Is how we're going to learn how much we're being impacted. I'm hearing some horror stories on the private side about.
There have been quite a few of those
Yeah.
in the Phoenix area, I can tell you.
So I'm hoping that doesn't manifest in the
Hopefully
type
not.
of projects we're trying to build. So.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Good to know. Good to know. Now, I mentioned earlier the Lake Las Vegas area. Now, I noticed for a while, I guess, there really wasn't much going on in there. But over the last, I think, couple years, there's been a boom, if you will, in residential infrastructure. Now, if I understand right, I think there's like a little village town area down there, very small, and it's been kind of, I guess, hard to support it. I guess it's people from in the city in Henderson, they're not really going to drive out there. So I think they're trying to boost the residential developments and really create its own kind of, city within a city. That's really been taken off. What are some new developments, or what's the direction Lake Las Vegas is going?
It's as energized as anywhere else in Henderson right now, with especially
Interesting.
the residential component,
Right.
the hotels,
Right.
some of the golf courses. A
Right.
couple of the golf courses had closed. Some of those golf courses were converted to residential developments.
Right.
Oh,
All of those are alive and well and under construction in the planning phase. So that's part of the permits that I had
Okay.
mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So it's alive and well.
Is there any big development? Like, I know there's a bunch of new filings, new neighborhoods, and things of the sort. Is there any, like, I don't know, new like restaurants, office building? Is there, like, I'm talking way ahead. Is there any like inceptual phases right now going on where there's discussions happening?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's happening. It's not
Okay.
happening. So there's a lot of residential, and like I said, all the infill parcels are coming right
the
along.
infill, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
And part of the land, like driving out, isn't part of the land protected, so to speak, to where you can't really build on it?
yes, it's surrounded by Bureau of Land Management.
Okay.
Land. There's the Las Vegas Wash that,
Right.
that cuts through there. The lake itself is it's filled with discharge from the Las Vegas
Right.
Wash.
Right.
So it's and some potable water.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
But yeah, it's kind of a little hidden gem.
It is.
you
It is a
know,
hidden gem.
and I don't think it's down or out in any way.
Right,
I
right.
think it's alive and well, and it's going to be developed to completion.
Right. And it amazes so many people have not even, who aren't from Vegas, don't know Lake Las Vegas is there. When I mentioned it to, I say, oh, you got to go check out Las Vegas. They say, oh, you mean Lake Mead? I'm like, no, Lake Las Vegas. And they're like, what? I tried to describe it to them. So I don't know if you've been to Florida, So there's an area in the panhandle of Florida called Destin, Sandestin. And there's a huge resort, and they have the Village at Baytown Wharf, and it has that feel. So when I tell them, all right, imagine the Village at Baytown Wharf in Las Vegas with its own lake. And oh, it's like that? There's something like that in Vegas? I'm like, yeah, you have to go check it out. They have very nice hotels out there, the West End, the Hilton. Lots to do, good restaurants. I try to promote it all the time. Like I've always said, there's so much to do in Park County, Las Vegas.
I was at a conference there a couple weeks ago, and it was at the West End.
Oh, really?
It was pretty busy, and they were welcomed us with open arms. So
Right.
It was really they were happy to start seeing patrons come back. So
Right.
I think
Oh, I bet.
there's
I
good
bet.
things in the future.
That's great. That's great. That's good to hear. And there's also, I think we have a comment on here.
Oh, we do.
How is the city of Henderson dealing with the housing market boom?
Building houses.
Building houses.
Responding right now.
We're responding. Yeah, it's privately owned parcels. They have a right to develop their parcels. We have land plans. We have our community development is, they have the bar high in Henderson. So, as fast as the permits are coming in, again, I go back to those 367 projects in construction,
Right.
100 and whatever the numbers were
Right.
in permitting. The majority of those are residential development. We do have some commercial, some warehousing, and
Right.
some other things happening. So.
That's right. There's a lot of distribution centers too out in Henderson, isn't there?
There are.
Amazon is going to have a couple, or they have a couple out there right now.
Amazon does.
Okay.
They're getting ready to open their next facility here in the next few months.
Okay.
It's right near the Raiders training facility.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
So, but in West Henderson, it's going crazy out there. We not only the Raiders practice facility, Las Vegas Aces.
Right.
Are going to have a practice facility
Out there as well.
Out there as well. The Henderson Executive Airport is under expansion. Haas Automation. If you're into motorsports, Haas has a Formula One team and a NASCAR team, and they make machines that make machines. They have a 1 million square foot, all under one roof, automation plant that they're actively construction right now.
Wow.
Ultimately, it's going to be 2.5 million.
That's amazing.
2.5 million.
That's Haas Automation alone.
Wow.
I was looking at
money.
some interesting facts you asked about the warehouses. There was 11 warehouse industrial projects in Henderson that totals 3 million square feet.
3 million square feet?
Between Haas and those 11, there's 5.5 million square feet under.
Wow.
Tom, we're talking about all this development, all these plans. It's exciting. Last few days, we've mentioned more than once the Lake Mead level, water shortages, that type of thing. Not to get into the weeds, but can you talk just briefly about, how you guys are facing that, how you're dealing with that problem, that challenge?
Conservation efforts
Okay.
are ramping up. Turf reduction, things of that nature. There's,
Okay.
It's as much as you read in the media about it. I don't believe there's an imminent crisis
Okay.
to delivering water to anybody in Henderson.
Okay.
But conservation, turf reduction, water friendly. I forget the term for the homes nowadays. The efficiencies.
Okay.
In
And that's
new
part of your
construction.
requirements. And
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
That's all kinds of initiatives out there. So glad. And then there's also there's a big Apex project that's going to be starting soon. Apex Boulder Galleria. I think that's a big development going. It's actually right across the street from our plant out in Henderson. So that's I know a big one coming up here very soon.
Right there. Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
It Burns and
Right at Burns, right?
yes.
Right at our front door.
We're partnering with them to do some flood control improvements. along
Correct.
there.
Correct.
So,
Yeah. That's something we're working directly on. So yeah, we're working closely on that. Looking forward to that project.
Yeah, we're going to rehabilitate all of Sunset Road through there, build that flood control project in conjunction with.
I bet that's going to be fun from a standpoint of traffic, road closures and all that stuff. Being, how busy Sunset gets right now, and that's kind of a silver lining we've been talking about the pandemic. So, like when I was coming here, when all the lockdown stuff was going on, I was considered essential. There was no traffic, and I know Jimmy Floyd and Mike Jensen was talking about how that you could, from a construction standpoint, they could just knock it out quick. You don't have to worry as much about traffic. But now, as you can see in the streets, traffic is back, and so there's that whole obstacle going on again.
Yeah, it's what we're used to.
Right.
Get back to.
We're when people call to give me their opinion on what we're doing in the streets, I tell them,
so kind of them to do that.
It is kind of them, and we take it all in stride. It's if we can find a way to rehabilitate the streets and keep them up to standard without impacting anybody,
right?
I would be a rich
You
man.
should patent. Yeah, I was going to say, patent that. Yeah.
So it's I think what we've learned over the year is to do the work as quickly as you can, as intensely as you can, versus dragging it out for a long period of time. We do a lot of that. We look for pay-a-thon opportunities or doing more intense construction activities in shorter time frames.
Right.
People seem to everybody hates construction, but
Right.
they seem to hate it less when we do it in that fashion.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you have you seen the tunnel, the Hyperloop tunnel yet?
I've seen it only on TV.
You haven't seen it?
I was going to go
I
check
reckon,
it
yeah,
out.
check it.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting.
We did.
I was going to ask you. So, do you see now? I know it's way in the future. Like right now, they're talking about eventually connecting the tunnel to the airport. Do you foresee in the way distant future that a loop like that would connect down to Henderson as well?
I would love it. You were talking about transit earlier.
Yeah.
We went through a big transit study. You know, Vegas is kind of unique. The valley
It
is
is.
kind of spread out.
It is.
So it doesn't really lend itself to like a real simple type
Right.
rail transit system like some of the other
Exactly.
urban areas that have it.
Exactly.
But yes, we would love to see. I would love to see personally a tunnel that extended from like McCarran Airport all the way out to Henderson to the college, the State College, start linking the airport and the Strip. So I think there's a lot of possibilities.
Innovative transit. I love innovative transit and seeing all the things coming up. The Hyperloop thing. They're testing that as well, and I believe they're going forward with the new bullet train from Vegas to LA. I'm hearing mixed reviews on that. What are some people are kind of in favor, some people are like, well, I know the airline industry doesn't like it, but what are your thoughts on that bullet train from here to, they say LA, but it's actually going to be up to Victorville, which that's another hour drive from LA. But I mean, you think it's a good thing, or
greater minds than mine are doing the marketing or the market study on that,
right?
And if they believe that it's viable, I don't doubt it,
right?
And I think like this past Memorial Day, it takes people 7-8 hours to get back to Los Angeles.
Exactly.
So if you take a bullet train that takes you an hour, and then maybe there's a little commute.
That makes sense.
Not much much math to figure out that pay off. Yeah.
So I think build it and they'll come.
They'll come.
Right. Yeah, but my whole hiccup is, I went to an APWA luncheon where somebody was speaking on it, and they were talking about how much it would cost, like a ticket to ride it from, and honestly, the price was exactly the same as a getaway fare on Southwest. So I'm thinking, do I want to ride the bullet train or hop a $39 plane ticket? And so that's where, and then I heard Southwest is they're having a fit about it. They're like, oh, are you gonna kill? We'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, being a conservative engineer, that's something that the math doesn't seem to work to me.
Right,
but,
yeah, exactly.
But there's a lot of momentum in that area, and I think it's coming.
Yep, I'm all about the numbers as well. Yeah, so many good things. So any fun things planned now that things are opening back up? Do you have any travel plans soon with the family? Any getaways?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
really?
We're in Southern California all the time.
Nice.
I'm a hobby surfer, so we go.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
We go down there quite a bit, and
Interesting.
we'll be going down in August. I was down there 2 weeks ago, and so yeah, we have
Excellent.
a trip to Chicago planned.
Nice.
That's my hometown.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So been going to a ball game. I went to Angels game with my son a
Nice.
couple weeks ago. So we're going to a White Sox game, who are in first place, by the way. And
So you more of a baseball fan, football fan?
I like it all.
You like it all?
I like it all.
You like college football?
I'm more of a college basketball.
Okay.
There you go. You're with me.
Stu, you know where I'm going with this?
Please.
I was gonna. If you've never been to an SEC football game, and I recommend making a trip to an LSU football game back in Baton Rouge. The energy, if you like sports, and it's an energy and vibe like no other. You'll have a great time. Great food. Some of the best food you'll ever experience. So, my little recommendation, if you ever get a chance.
Hot tip.
Good food. Gumbo.
I'll tuck that one away.
Great. Well, Mr. Davey, it was a pleasure having you. We're so glad
Enjoyed
you came out. Had a round of applause out. There we go. Thank you for having Mr. Davey out here. Looking forward to a couple of these projects coming up with you and everything. And then we have, like I said, we have a plant in Henderson. So if you haven't been in a while, we'd love to have you at the plant.
I'll stop by.
Thank you.
I used to be your neighbor there at the Mosier facility.
Right.
Oh.
So absolutely, bring your team out there. We'd love to have you.
I will.
Great to have you,
Steve.
We'll
Sure
see you next
appreciate
time.
it. Good meeting you.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Davey, the City of Henderson, city engineer.
Thank you.
That was great. He was great, man. I told you, Henderson.
It's booming.
It's popping.
Those numbers.
It's popping, man. Crazy numbers. Crazy numbers, and Henderson is not accepted. It doesn't accept crypto yet.
Well, you keep working that.
We got another question coming up.
Look at this.
Oh, George Kerr.
A compliment.
George, our old boss. We got
That's
good
that's
job,
the
fellas.
boss right
Thank you,
there.
George. We'll have George on the show one day.
His hair, your beard together. He's grown his hair out a bit in retirement.
That would be something, man. That would be
quite
that's
a
resilience.
follicle
That's
feast.
resiliency
something like
right
that.
there, man.
Oh,
I'll tell you what.
Oh,
I'll tell
brother.
you what. Well, man, you know what?
What?
There's our crew.
Elvis.
That's Elvis, man. That's a wrap.
Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap on the Rinker Podcast live debut from the world of concrete
Nice.
in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. We had a great time. This was fun. You have fun?
A lot of fun,
We
Steve.
had a lot of fun.
Good times.
Special thanks to all our guests from Christina Swallow,
Great
Tracy
guests.
Larkin, Mariana Honeycutt.
Good
Mr.
pronunciation.
Davey. Yeah, I hit that pronunciation.
Beautiful.
Yes, yes. Looking forward to many more.
And our producers?
And our Level 9.
Level.
Level 9 is probably one of the best podcasting production companies, not in Las Vegas,
No.
but I've ever seen.
Ever seen?
Very organized, detail-oriented.
There they are,
They do
right
a
beyond the
phenomenal
cameras.
job. Yes, yes,
Where's the clapping?
yes. Yeah. I'm not, forget Universal, MGM, Marvel, DC.
No.
Level 9. That's the way to go. Thanks
Excellent.
again to City of Las Vegas, World of Concrete. Thanks again, Quick Creek.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure. Thank you to the Winchesters. Thank you, everybody. We'll be doing these once a month from
Once a
now
month.
on. We'll have guests from FHWA, DOTs around the world.
Yes.
The
world.
Developments around the world. Did I say the world?
I'm all for
Hey,
it.
man,
I thought you might know something I didn't
I
know.
set my goals high.
Let's do it.
High.
Abu
No stopping.
Dhabi.
There you go.
Are
Abu
we
Dhabi.
out?
Let's go to Dubai.
Okay.
Dubai's the next one.
Dubai.
All right. We need a pool party right now.
Pool party. Are we out?
We are out. All
We're
right.
out.
Thank you for joining us. Rinker Pipecast. I'm Stu. That's Steve. See you next time. Viva Las Vegas.